She could hardly speak, poor thing.
Boring, repeating the same.
ये कांग्रेस वाले खुद को देश का मालिक समझते हैं। कांग्रेस के शाही परिवार का अहंकार आज देश ने फिर देखा है। उन्होंने राष्ट्रपति जी को पुअर थिंग कहा।
Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Nation Wants to Know and I am Swati Joshi. The entire country today is in shock by Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi's insult to President Droupadi Murmu after the president's address. But that is not all. BJP's Jitendra Singh also raked up how Sonia, Rahul and Priyanka had refused to applaud when Prime Minister had announced the 150th birth anniversary celebrations for Sardar Patel. Sonia Gandhi said that President Murmu looked tired, calling her poor lady and that she could hardly speak, while Rahul Gandhi said that her speech was boring and repetitive. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a scathing attack on the Congress, accusing its shahi parivar of insulting President Droupadi Murmu. He said that the Congress thinks it won the country, saying that the arrogance of the Congress royal family has once again been exposed. Let's in fact open this up and go across to our guests. We are today joined by Abhishek Sudhir, political analyst. We have Mohammad Tariq Khan, he's a Samajwadi Party national spokesperson. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, is joining us on the broadcast. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst, also joins us. We have BJP spokesperson Sanju Verma would be joining us any time now. Let's in fact first go across to Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh Mishra, boring, same old, false promises, and a poor lady, she was not able to, speak, or she was tired towards the end. What is the meaning of all this? Why take these personal jibes at the president?
At the president. These were on the speech, which was written obviously by some BJP speechwriter. And Modi and Parivar are actually hyperventilating because Sonia Gandhi has called out their despicable act of reducing the president to someone who is bound by the constitution to read Modi's fictitious bragging in parliament. Why didn't the Modi and his parivar remember Droupadi Murmu when the new parliament was being opening? She wasn't invited to Ayodhya Mandir. And now that the opposition is exposing his fallacious claims of Viksit Bharat and all this, which is why they called her a poor lady, because she has been reduced to the role of reading a speech written by someone else in the parliament.
So what were the former presidents under the Congress regime or the UPA regime reading out, sir?
So when the criticism is of the government, you have just...
So when Droupadi Murmu delivers this speech, it is written by some BJP fellow, and that it's boring, and she's a poor lady, and she's tired. But my question is, what were the former presidents reading during the UPA regime, during the Congress party's regime?
And that's what
were they pamphlets of the Congress party?
What you are saying is that the criticism is of the government, whether it be the UPA.
Yes, but when you say poor lady, who was not able to finish what she was saying, or that she was tired, it's not a criticism of the content of that speech. It's very clearly is directly a reference to the president of India.
No, I don't think so.
Was there a constructive debate happening that, this is what she said, but the counter is this is what she said, but the truth is not that, let's, talk facts. Nothing of that sort was happening. No, the debate was not on the content, from what we could hear. From what we could hear, the debate was about how boring it is, how repetitive it is, and how she was tired.
Yeah, she is tired of reading the same thing again and again, which is not happening on the ground level.
The president can speak for herself.
A recent survey has shown that the
president, sir, can speak for herself. In fact, after the criticism from Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, there was a press release. There was a press release in which it was very clearly said that the president can never be tired when she's talking about the marginalized of this country, when she's talking about Viksit Bharat. Let me bring in Mohammad Tariq Khan. Do you agree with the statements that have come in? कि love letter पढ़ रही थी राष्ट्रपति, and the other statement that came in from the TMC leader who said it's frustrating.
First of all, Sonia Gandhi says that she's tired and that is a poor thing. She didn't say poor lady. First of all, said what exactly the words is that it's the concern of Sonia Gandhi that she's not feeling well, she wasn't good. That's why she said that this is a poor thing. So whatever you want to drive, you could drive. But when we go back, when BJP was in opposition, after the president's speech, Advani, Vajpayee, they were as an opposition leader. They came out and praised the girl all the time. I can show you. Means this is the derivative. You want to drive that. This is something which is happening very strange.
No, I don't want to drive any narrative. I am just citing the response that came in from the president herself. I am citing you the response that came in from the president herself, saying that she can never be tired when she's talking about Vikasit Bharat. She can never be tired when she's talking about the marginalized of the country. And then let me ask you, Mr. Tariq Khan, when the president speaks about the marginalized, the farmer, the women, the youth of the country, is it boring?
It's means look at how opposition look at it. Rahul Gandhi as an opposition leader says that the speech is boring. It's all right. They have all the right to say that you are not actually talking about the poor of the country. So and the young people who are unemployed, you are not.
But that's what the president. That's what the president was talking. That's what the president was talking about in her speech. She was talking about the marginalized in the country.
Let BJP do something. Don't act like a BJP spokesperson. Let BJP
spokesperson is right here. BJP spokesperson is right here. Mr. Tariq Khan, if you don't want to take questions, just say so. Just say so. Instead of attacking the media, targeting the media, just say so that you don't want to take questions. Sanju Verma, the BJP is just giving it a spin. It's BJP's narrative that the president has been insulted.
You know, Swati, ad verbatim, I'm reading out what Sonia Gandhi said. She said, poor lady. The president seemed very tired in the end. And Priyanka Vadra then stepped in and actually endorsed her mother Sonia Gandhi's distasteful remark by saying, oh, because President Murmu is a much older lady, that is why my mother said that, you know, she must be tired. And then Mallikarjun Kharge said, oh, you know, the BJP is twisting the remarks made by Sonia Gandhi to suit a certain narrative that they wish to peddle. Nobody in the BJP wishes to peddle a certain narrative at the cost of Droupadi Murmu, the first tribal president of India and only the second woman president of India after Pratibha Patil, point number one. Point number two, your audience needs to know that the Congress is a habitual, serial and repeat offender which does this repeatedly with rabid impunity, brazen impunity, and look at the audaciousness. You know, they are saying, Bechari bola tha kaun si badi baat ho gayi. Bechari ka matlab hai that, you know, we were feeling sorry for her that, you know, she had to give out such a lengthy address. The most important point is this, Swati, if you remember, Ajay, you know, Dr. Ajay Kumar, he's the national spokesperson of the Congress party. And when he speaks, he represents the party's point of view. And Dr. Ajay Kumar is on record saying that Droupadi Murmu represents the evil philosophy of the BJP and the RSS, and she stands for everything evil in India. And instead of apologizing, he actually brazened it out. If you remember the TMC Neta Akhil Giri, he actually commented on the physical appearance and color of Droupadi Murmu. His statement was not only misogynistic, but racist at various levels. Not one leader from the Congress party stood up saying that Akhil Giri's comments are in bad taste. Okay. And last but not the least, don't forget that even after President Ramnath Kovind took charge as, you know, the president, he was the predecessor of Droupadi Murmu. Sonia Gandhi waited for 21 months before even paying a courtesy visit to Ramnath Kovind. And, you know, it is something that has never happened. 21 months to pay a courtesy visit to the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, the president in this case. Are you kidding me?
किस बात की हंसी आ रही सर आपको? आप हंस क्यों रहे हैं?
Ma'am, means how fairly you are distributing the time, 3 to 4 minutes to BJP, not even half a minute to...
अरे भाई, मतलब मैं आपके पास काउंटर के लिए 3-4 मिनट हो गए क्या उनको बोलते हुए? अपनी घड़ी देखिए जरा, अपनी कुछ भी बोलने से पहले अपनी घड़ी देखिए. 3-4 मिनट हो गए क्या उनको बोलते हुए?
मैं मान गया मैं.
आपके पास काउंटर के लिए मैं आई हूँ. नहीं, एक सेकंड, मानने की मुझे मानने की जरूरत नहीं है. काउंटर है तो काउंटर दीजिए, और कोई 3-4 मिनट नहीं हुआ. Go ahead. Random generic statements मत दीजिए.
नहीं, रैंडम नहीं दे रहा हूं. मैं सीधी सी बात कह रहा हूं कि आप जितना शांति से उनको सुनती हैं, हम लोगों को भी 1 मिनट सुन लिया करिए. मगर आपके तो पेट में दर्द होने.
शांति से नहीं, एक सेकंड. अब आप जो है पर्सनल अटैक पर मत उतरिए. अब आप पर्सनल अटैक पर मत उतरिए. आपके पास मुद्दे पर बोलने के लिए अगर कुछ है तो बोलिए. रिस्पॉन्ड टू द क्रिटिसिज्म. Can you hear me? Okay, I think the line is disconnected. Abhishek Sudhir, the line is disconnected. We'll try and go back to him. But personal jibes seem nothing new when it comes to the opposition.
Yeah. Yes, Swati, look, you have to have an understanding of the English language to really appreciate what Sonia Gandhi was trying to say. If Sonia Gandhi had said in Hindi, "Bichari taki hui lag rahi thi," as Prime Minister Modi translated today in his campaign speech, there would have been uproar. There would have been no defense of that statement. But because she said it in English, these people are trying to twist the statement. Let me tell you, the Gandhis communicate in English. The language that is spoken in the Gandhis' home is English. When someone says poor thing for an adult, it's very patronizing. It's very belittling. Basically, they are undermining the president. Oh, poor thing. Oh, bichari. I mean, that is so offensive. The Gandhis, as Prime Minister Modi said, walk around like they own the nation, as if they are the desh ke malik. This is their zamindari mindset. They dole out Rajya Sabha seats and, the office of the president and the vice president. It's like it's their personal fiefdom.
Okay, but
now they've been reduced to double digits for several elections.
The Congress party is saying, and Priyanka Gandhi said this, that the remarks are being twisted, that Sonia Gandhi was showing her empathy. That she was genuinely concerned.
No. Sonia Gandhi was not showing her empathy. Again, please understand the English language. No. Again, please understand the English language. If you're genuinely concerned for somebody, you don't use belittling words like, oh, poor thing, she looked very tired. That's very sarcastic. That's very belittling. Again, you need to have an understanding of the English language. Now you have spokespersons who will come and translate that into Hindi and say, oh, she's, showing concern. They were not showing concern. And what is Rahul Gandhi saying in the background? He's trying to egg his mother on. He's saying boring, repetitive, nothing new to say.
Okay.
I mean, don't attack the president personally. The president has a job to do. She has to read out the speech. You want to attack the contents of the speech by all means, but you're attacking the maker of the speech, who holds the highest constitutional office in the land, who is the first citizen of the country, who is the supreme commander of the armed forces, who is a tribal, who is a woman, who you have disrespected repeatedly in the past, about whom you
belittling the top constitutional post, and then you talk about Jai Samvidhan, then you talk about Samvidhan.
See, I think the discussion today, the debate in itself, it is like we are belittling the highest post in the country. And second, I think President Murmu has enough intellect to take it in a very good humor. And the third thing is that the very interesting part is Kalyan Banerjee didn't comment on President. He actually criticized the speech in itself. He said that he could find no difference between the speech of 2024 and 25. That's why he could find it funny. That was the reason. And
what was so funny about the speech,
Murmu,
and why should,
and of course,
and what is humorous about what was said? To say that the speech was boring, to call the president poor lady who looked tired by the end of it, what's so humorous about it? Why should one take it in a casual manner?
The humorous thing is that the speech did mention about the marginalized in India, but they have never cared to visit or raise the concern of those areas. They never raise the concern of Manipur. They never talk about the cookies and the Maitis.
I think the opposition will have to decide. We'll have to come together and decide if that speech was boring or if the speech was humorous. Ashutosh Mishra wants to come in.
So, you are asking why it's humorous. It's humorous because the BJP and Narendra Modi are using the president as a shield to hide their misgovernance. Tomorrow we will have, 1st of February, we will have the budget, and we all know what Nirmala Sitharaman is going to say after to the middle class. So they all through this speech, the president is only their shield.
Ashutosh Mishra ji, I asked you a question earlier. Let me repeat it. What were the former presidents during the UPA government, during the Congress regime reading? What were the former presidents during the UPA regime reading? Were they not highlighting the accomplishments of the government, or would you level the same charge against them as well?
If the opposition is mocking the speech, it's mocking the government, not the president. Whoever be the opposition and
okay, now you
whoever
change the
be
goalpost. But Sanju Verma, do come in. This is not a mockery of the president. It's the content of the speech.
You know, Ashutosh Mishra can sit here and wax eloquent about, how the BJP is trying to peddle falsehoods. He can try and give a clean check to Sonia Gandhi for that extremely distasteful remark. But your audience is smarter than what he gives them credit for. Let me just make one thing very clear. At various levels, various opposition leaders have repeatedly targeted Droupadi Murmu. I call that body shaming. I call that age shaming. I call that color shaming. Don't forget that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, now of course, the Congress has virtually abandoned him. But he had called Droupadi Murmu. I did not.
Okay, one second, Mr. Bhattacharya, allow her to finish. I'll come to you.
Can I finish?
She did not interrupt you. You do not interrupt her, please.
Please. Yes. Do you remember, Swati? Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary had called Droupadi Murmu not as Rashtrapati but Rashtrapatni. And then he tried to, slither out of this entire controversy by saying, मुझे हिंदी का ज्ञान नहीं है, इसलिए गलती से राष्ट्रपत्नी बोल दिया, मुझे पुलिंग स्त्रीलिंग के बारे में ज्यादा जानकारी नहीं है. But more importantly, the Samajwadi Party spokesperson has decamped from your show. But your audience needs to know that after Droupadi Murmu took charge, what did Akhilesh Yadav say? Akhilesh Yadav said, अरे द्रौपदी मुर्मू का काम क्या है? ये तो मोदी जी की कठपुतली है, जहां बोला जाएगा वहां अंगूठा छाप लगा देंगी. He basically said in layman terms, in crude language, to put it plain and simple, Droupadi Murmu is an angutha chhap and a puppet of the Modi dispensation. Okay. What could be more disrespectful than that?
Okay, Mr. Bhattacharya seems to be denying. What are you taking objection to, Mr. Bhattacharya? No, one second.
It's completely. Now, this is how the BJP tries to drive the things away from the actual fact. If you continuously shout and repetitively put a narrative, it doesn't become a fact.
No, are these statements that Sanju Verma is citing, are they false?
Said Anguta Chhap. She was that she will be forced to toe the line.
What about the other statements that she cited? The point that she's trying to make, it has nothing new that the opposition has attacked Droupadi Murmu in the past as well. Can you deny all the statements that she cited?
What was the BJP doing? What was the BJP doing when Pratibha Patil was in the
Were they taking personal jibes and insulting Pratibha Patil?
They didn't even care for Pranab Mukherjee themselves.
Were the BJP leaders back then when Pranab Mukherjee was the president and Pratibha Patil was the president, were they taking these personal jibes and insulting the president?
Of the parliament. That was the most shameless thing to do. And let me tell you, after Mr. Ramesh Biduri's incidents, now parliament is nowhere where.
Okay, now Ramesh Biduri will also feature in the debate. Abhishek Sudhi.
We should not talk about mannerism in the parliament. That is what we
Yes. Yes. Swati, just 20 seconds. Look, Rashtrapati Bhavan has issued a statement.
Yes.
The president has personally taken offense to this statement. The Congress party should apologize for the statement to President Murmu. Nobody is asking them to apologize to the BJP, but please apologize to the president. Have respect for the office. And I must say, this is a sexist statement as well. Would this same statement have been made if the president was male? I don't think so. And just because another woman is making it doesn't mean a woman also cannot be sexist. To make these sexist statements, to make these statements against a woman who represents the hope of the tribal community in India and all aspirational Indians, it is highly, highly unfortunate, and it shows the zamindari mindset of the Congress. This is why the people of this country have repeatedly, Swati, rejected the Congress party. They will never learn the lessons, and if they don't learn the lessons, they will keep paying for it at the ballot box. They will keep losing elections. The Congress needs to shed its Malik mindset.
Shed the elitist mindset. Shed the elitist
they will not
mindset.
learn, and their proxies will come and defend.
One other criticism is that in a bid to criticize the Modi government or oppose the Modi government, the opposition now is resorting to also insulting the top constitutional post of the country just to oppose Modi.
You know, this is not the first time that the opposition has criticized a speech of the President of India, which everyone knows she is bound to what is handed over to her by the Modi government. She's bound by constitution. She will not change it. And if she does, it will become a problem for the government. You have to understand that.
And what, again, you bring me back to the same question. What were the former presidents doing during the UPA regime?
Presidents who have been criticized by the opposition. It doesn't mean...
Criticizing is one thing, sir. That's what I'm saying. If the conversation between Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi was about something that the president said during the speech and it does not match, the facts that they have to present, it was still understandable. That could have led to a sensible debate. But to say that it was boring and that poor lady was tired by the end of it, what are they trying to do? Aren't they making personal statements against the president?
No, they are trying to tell the nation that this BJP government, which does not invite Droupadi Murmu to opening of new parliament, and to
then they should have said that. Then they should have said that instead of saying poor lady is tired and instead of saying that the speech was boring. And here is the leader of the opposition who's saying that here is the leader of the opposition in conversation with Sonia Gandhi, Rajya Sabha MP, saying that the speech was boring. And that the poor lady was tired. They are not talking about the content of the speech. They are very clearly talking about the president herself. Ashutosh Mishra.
And in a democracy, you are free to do that.
Yes, you are free to. You are free to express. You are free to express, and you have a right to speak. But no. 1 second. You have a right to express. You have the right to speech, sir. But here you are not talking. Do not say that this was about the content of the speech. It was very clearly against the president. It was, and in fact, 1 second, Mr. Mishra. 1 second. Hold on. Since every time I ask a question about the president, you diverted towards the BJP. In the response that came in from the president herself, she's made it absolutely clear that I was talking about Vikasit Bharat. I can never be tired while speaking about Vikasit Bharat. I was talking about the marginalized community in the country. And also towards the end, the president said perhaps, the idioms and the discourse of the Indian national language, which in this case, which is Hindi, perhaps the opposition did not get it. Shouldn't those who made a statement apologize to the president? If you have so much respect for her, apologize. Will you apologize?
The take on Vikasit Bharat and what is being done by the marginalized is questioned by the opposition.
Question that.
Fallacious argument.
Question that. Criticize the policies of the government, but these statements were purely against the Rashtrapati. Quick counter, Sanju Verma, I have to wrap up. Quick counter.
Swati, finally, I only have to say this. Priyanka Vadra ran to Hathras saying, Ladki hu, lad sakti hu. Archana Gautam, the poster girl of Ladki hu, lad sakti hu, was assaulted physically right in front of the AICC headquarters. Priyanka Vadra ke muh mein dahi jam gaya. This is the same Congress party after B.R. Ambedkar's death. They are now talking about Jai Bhim. Nehru actually called Ambedkar a traitor and refused to attend his last rites. This is the same Congress party after Pranab Mukherjee's demise in 2020. The CWC headed by Sonia Gandhi did not even call for
You're saying there's a long history. You're saying there's a long history associated with the Congress party. BJP says this is an insult to the president of the country. Many in the Congress and in the opposition say this is not an attack or a criticism of the president. This was all about the speech. Quick break. Thank you very much, Sanju Verma, Mr. Bhattacharya, Abhishek Sudhir and Ashutosh Mishra for joining us.